Hey friends, welcome back. This is Dark here. This is going to be my DPS guide video for Purgatory. And I do know there's not a lot of people that can DPS right now. But at the same time, I wanted to get this video done, get it out for those that can, maybe it helps them a little bit. But just like the support video, right? We're going to go over at the end of it what emblems to run, what your collectible levels are looking like, what the board setup looks like, as well as, what hero requirements are. So let's dive right into it. So for the first 10 waves, it's pretty simple, pretty basic how we normally run, right? You're gonna let the troop count to get to 80, right? Get that quest done, get that extra lucky coin. As soon as you hit that limit, right, you start summoning. You're gonna put your hunters in the dungeon. I would say keep all the stuff that makes your envoys, right? Like bombers and warriors, so you don't have to spend extra silver to build that. And start working on your econ. Now for your econ setup, right, what I like to run is 6 coin ops, 2 chanters, 2 necros, right? If you don't have the Lord skin, right, the one that boosts your mana recovery, I think it's the one from the sheep event. You can do 3 chanters, right? But I'm expect that if you are DPSing for Purgatory, you would have that Lord skin because it's super helpful. Now, ideally, right, I normally get done with my econ between wave 10 to 20, right? The fastest I've got it done is like at wave 14. The slowest I got it done was at like wave 25, 26, right? Because the faster you get those out, the faster you can start working on your envoys and stuff, right? So if you're struggling with that, I would say, you might need to get your econ collectibles up a little bit to boost that. But we'll see how fast we can get this econ done. Now keep one thing in mind, right? Let's say, for example, keep a lookout on your imprints that you're getting. That is going to be super important. If you get a dupe tile, right, that's going to help you out. If you get early, I don't know what those tiles are called, but those are the green ones with the coins that give you 10% chance of getting an extra coin when killing an enemy with the hero that's on that tile. That's super useful, right, to grab more coins. And same thing, there's a tile that helps you get more silver when you kill enemies. So always make sure, you're paying attention to those imprints. If you get those early, right, place them on your coins to start getting more coins. And if you get any dupe tiles, right, you would ideally want to, imprint your envoys so you're not spending silver to make more envoys, right? Now, let's say if you're struggling with your econ, you get an early dupe tile, right? You can also dupe your econ with that because after 10 waves, you get that extra mythic hero. So as you can tell, right, I'm about to be done with my econ setup right here, right? And that's the sweet spot that you're looking for, right? To get done with your econ by before wave 20, right? If you can, and that's gonna help you out, so you're not gonna be wasting extra time to look for your econ later down the road. Now, what you want to start doing over here, right, is to start hunting for envoys, right, and start looking for 2 crocs, because your support is the one that's going to send you two Wukons and 3 envoys. Now, for the DPS aspect of this run, right, what you're looking for is like 5 to 6 envoys, 2 crocs, 2 Wukons, right, and your mythic finance by the end of it should be around somewhere between the ballpark of 25 to 30. Okay. And your overall attack percentage up, right, using your penguins on your side as well as your support side, should at least be higher than 150, because if it's not, you're going to struggle. Ideally, if it's at 200, that's perfect. You're going to clear regardless of the immunities. I say regardless of the immunities, right, but we all know what I'm talking about. Unless and until it's like holy, true, and nature, then you're not going to clear. But as long as it's like, if it's true or physical and your holy and nature troops can damage the boss, you're going to clear if your attack percentage is 200 or higher. And you can see I'm starting to hunt for envoys over here, right? I'm looking to make 3 envoys, and I'm also going to make 1 turtle on my side because my support turtle is not relicked. And that's what he told me at that time, but it was relicked. Just because, the relic turtle is going to allow the mobs to take 13% more damage because my relic is level 3. If it's at level 1, it's going to be 10% more damage. So it's just nice to have, an extra turtle since I can afford that. Now, I think I forgot to mention one thing, and I want to emphasize on the fact that you got to make sure that you're rotating your coins and your necros, right? Because what's the point if they're just sitting at their ult? Because you'll just be wasting it, and there was no need to build extra if you're not going to rotate those. So just make sure that you're rotating those coins, rotating those necros, right? We all not going to do it perfectly, right? But we just got to try our best just to maximize it. Now, I do get that imprint icon, imprint right there, right? And that's the one that gives you, it has a 10% chance to give you an extra lucky coin if troops die due to that hero on that spot. Now, you guys are going to be wondering why I built a blast cat, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Now, this could all be my assumptions. This could not be true. This could be completely false, right? But I just saw, like, building heroes with different damage type besides holy, physical, and nature helps you throw off the boss immunity at the end, because if you luck out, right, one of those immunities is fire, that means we dodged a holy, true, or nature boss immunity at the end. That works out for our situation. Now, in a situation where it doesn't have a fire immunity, right? Blast cats are pretty half decent, I would say, with boss damage, right? So that's the reason why I built a cat right there. Now, if you guys tested out, let me know, right? What was y'all's result, right? What did you guys saw? If it worked out with you guys or not. But so far that's what I'm presuming. Now we'll see what boss immunities we get at the end. But I think we are getting a Ascent boss at 50, so which is pretty good, right? My support, hopefully he's done with his 2 Wukongs and 3 envoys by then, right? Still looking for a croc over here. That's my first one right there. That's good. Now, I'm going to talk about another key benchmark, right? Depending on my account strength, what I have seen, if you don't get a sin boss at 50, right? Let's say, and you want to delay out the 60 boss to utilize the sin mechanic if you lucked out and get that, right? What you want to make sure is your mythic enhance is not any higher than 15, because what's going to happen is that your necros and your coins are going to kill that boss pretty fast. So luckily we are getting a sin boss, right? So I didn't really have to pay attention to that. But in a situation where you want to delay killing the wave 60 boss, right? You want to make sure that your mythic enhance is not too high. So I'm gonna go on and keep hunting for another envoy, because that will bring me up to a number of 6 once my support sends me those envoys. I don't really have to worry too much because there's no ice or randomizer, so I don't have to scramble for board space over here. I'm gonna go ahead and also kill my dungeon since there's only a minute left and I don't really need to farm much. I'm still hunting for my second croc over here, right? Ideally, if I could get that done before 60 hits, that would be perfect. So right now, I'm gonna start getting myself ready for the Sin boss that's coming up, right? Make sure I have enough room, 5 board slots to be precise, to get the stuff my support is gonna send. It's gonna be 3 envoys and 2 Wukongs again. And then once I get those, right, I'm looking at pretty bit congested, right? But don't worry, I mean, I'll be able to manage this. Now, what my next strat is going to be at 60, I want to make sure I'm killing off my econ. Now, if your board setup is anything like mine, right? If you're going to run the setup that I'm running, 6 coins, 2 necros, 2 chanters, what you want to prefer to kill is going to be 3 coins and 2 chanters. Now, you want to make sure you're not killing off your necros, because you never know if you're going to get another silver boss, right, at the end. So keeping the necros alive, even all the way till 100, is fine. The more silver you have, if your hammer is high, the more damage you're going to be able to do. So what's going to happen is, right, at 60, I'm going to kill off 3 coins, 2 chanters, and luckily using the bush mechanic pretty much, right, because it turns down my my heroes to 1 tier lower, which would be legendary. Now, if I do luck out and get a bull, that would be perfect, because that will allow me to make my second croc, right? Now, if you have to, you can also kill off, let's say, 4 coins and 2 chanters if you have enough coins. You know, if you can get to that range of mythic enhance that I was talking about earlier, between 25 to 30, you can afford to kill off 4 coins and 2 chanters if you get back-to-back bushes, or let's say that ice mechanic that kills off the troops. That's pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to sit and wait till wave 60 hits. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready myself for the 60 boss. I'm gonna hide off all my range units as much as I can, and put the envoys on the bottom corner. Now, just remember one thing in mind: the second mechanic is always a push mechanic, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill off 2 chanters and almost 5 coins. Yeah, kill off 5 coins. Now, I did make a mistake over here, right? Like what I was talking about earlier. If you do get a, I was gonna get a bull, right, and use that to make my other croc, but I made a mistake right there, so I didn't do that. But that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and focus on making another croc eventually, and start looking for penguins, start stacking for penguins, and yeah, that's pretty much it from here on out. And enhance, get yourself towards the required benchmark if you can. I'm still looking to see if I manage to get a dupe imprint, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So you're just gonna start stacking penguins and start looking for another croc out here. So I think right about now I'm gonna get another croc. Yep, that's it right there. I'm gonna sell off everything, make my croc, right, and keep stacking for more penguins. Now I want to talk about how my board setup looks like, right? So I have my crocs and my blast cats up in the front because I want them to do more damage, right? Now again, this is my assumption, right? I did see some positive results when I was testing it out, right? Mixing up the damage types. Because what I basically am trying to do is throw off the boss, right? And make sure my immunities are not holy or nature. They are rather fire and physical. This could all be not true, but again, like I said, right, that's just how I was testing it out, and I had more luck like that. So that's why my crocs and my blast cats are up in the front. They're the one doing the most, not the most damage, but they're the one doing the damage first. Gonna keep looking for more penguins, stack up some penguins, and we'll see how my attack percentage is looking like. So I do see that we're getting another send boss at 90, right? And if you're getting any send bosses late, like after wave 60 or anything like that, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're sending extra stacks of penguins to your support, and so they can, overcap. And you're gonna have some space to keep looking for more penguins. And that's just gonna help your damage go up, to that desired number that I was talking about, to 200%. And there are only 2 ways that you can actually get to 200% or higher. One is either that you or your support get early dupe tiles, right? And you can start duping off the penguins. And the other way that I know of is, if you get any send bosses late, you can send penguin stacks to your support and he can overcap. So as you can see, our damage percentage up is pretty high. It's already at 184%. And, because we're also going to get a send boss at 90, what I'm going to do is send off all my stacks of penguins to my support and go ahead and start looking for more penguins on my side after I finish sending it over to him. That's just going to pretty much help us reach that 200% or higher damage up. So my mythic enhance is also at 25, so that's already the minimum required mythic enhance that I said my benchmark was. And I don't think I'm going to enhance it any further. What I'm just going to do is after I finish sending my penguins off to him, right, I'm going to go ahead and just start making more penguins because that's just what I feel like is going to help me out more. Did manage to send all my penguins perfectly, so that's perfect. Now, my DPS would actually, not DPS, but my support would actually have to play the game at 100 and dodge all those boss mechanics and make sure that he's not losing those penguin stacks, because that's the only way this run is going to cost us now. So now pretty much the 100 boss is coming up. I'm gonna make sure, I'm effectively dodging all the boss mechanics. Now what I like to do, right, I mean, obviously you have to make sure that you're in the VC with your support, that you're talking to them. It just helps the run to go more smoother. I keep my dungeon open because that just helps me dodge the boss mechanics more effectively. And I think the immunities were physical, holy, and something else, but it wasn't nature, I know that. So I just want to make sure my Wukongs don't get hurt. If I lose an envoy or a croc, it's not a big deal, right? But I want to make sure my envoys, I'm not losing them, because those are the ones that are doing the most damage right now. And luckily my envoys, when my support sent it, it was also 16. Since he was able to afford it, they're gonna hit a lot more harder. Now you're gonna see this run coming down to a wire, and that's probably because my support loses a couple penguins, but that's okay, we still do manage to clear it. As you can see, it's not always an easy work. Dodging all these boss mechanics, I don't think I played that perfectly. One of my Wukongs even turned into a griffin, but luckily we still managed to clear it. So after this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start talking about requirements, emblems, collectibles, and partners. Now for the mythic heroes, you want to make sure you have the Croc, Envoy, Blast Cat if you're going to run that, Wukong at 15, Envoy and Wukong preferably relict. Emblems you're looking at as high collectibles as possible, minimum 6-star save, 6-star hammer, and as high possible for the other econ collectibles. For the pets, I ran Dream Fan because it helps increase defense down by a percentage, and I also ran Ember Heart because it helps increase the attack power of your surrounding heroes. Now in the costume section, I'm just gonna briefly go over it, what costumes I had, what I was running, and what the stars were on those. So for the emblems, I'm just gonna go ahead and write it out on the left side of the screen, and you guys can go ahead and pause and take a look over it. I'll also show my stat page in the end, and I do hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, and see y'all later. Thank you.